obchwytí krone a jeden bodů. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1! Jo! A druhý závod! A pěkně si zavřel. Takhle si zavřel nás! Dáme si jednou, pojďme obchwytí krone a obskleněné budovy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1!
"37 seconds is the deficit that she starts behind Tatiana Akimova of Russia, who got her first ever win in the sprint event. And Akimova surprising all of us with her performance. She will start first. She's got 4 seconds ahead of Chevalier, and then Susan Dunkley of the USA starts at 5 seconds. So a first-time podium. Okay, Dunkley's been on there before, but Akimova and Chevalier both getting PBs.
I think it was a wonderful race. I think it offers a whole lot of change to come in this next 33 minutes from when they start. We'll have to wait and see. It would be nice if some of the podium position athletes right now could hang on to those positions.
So a nice Chevalier, what a position for her to be in, and also really good for her. All the talk's been about Duran Aber, of course, as the sort of solid champion, and then Justine Brezard, who's captured a lot of headlines. Suddenly, an Ace Chevalier comes through and say, hey, what about me? And there she is in second place. Susan Dunkley, we thought she'd won it. Mike was hoping she'd won it. I hear you had a little flutter on her, Mike, at 80-1.
I keep believing in her.
Denied by just a couple of seconds. Lara Dalmar, she's not out of it. 17 seconds behind. Will she make it up on the first loop? It's highly probable.
It's going to be an amazing race with the ski speed, as you say, of Dalmar. Makarainen's chasing, Brezard, Vera, they're all there within, what, 20 seconds.
The gongs indicating the countdown from 15 seconds. I just wonder how those three in front are feeling now. Akimova will be full of butterflies, but she's got to settle things down. Chevalier and Dunkley will both try and hunt her down in the early stages, and Lara Dalmar has a decision to make. Does she just ski her own pace and ski with Makarainen? But look at those behind her, Mike. 4 of the fastest skiers in the Women's Biathlon Tour. We've got Brezard, we've got Vera, we've got Makarainen.
This is going to be an absolute cracker. I think that was a wry little smile on Dalmar's face, just really looking forward to this challenge.
And just listen to the cheer that Kukalova gets as she leaves. There it is. She's underway, number 13. She's got to hope that it's lucky for her today. It's a mighty task. She was wayward with rifle in the sprint event. That was desperately sad to see, Mike, but, you know, it is so tough. And because we don't race here very often, Kukalova, Shavadova, they haven't experienced this sort of atmosphere more than once in their life.
It's a big deal when there's so much passion in the 25,000 and more on the track, all these people watching you. It must be horrific pressure. And don't forget Vitkova, she's only 42 seconds behind and shot an awful lot better than Kukalova yesterday. The pressure up the front here must be huge when they know they're not quite as fast on the skis as those chasing.
Well, that's what we say, but you look at the sprint breakdown and they were just as quick, which was incredible. And then we were speculating, okay, maybe the conditions were just that little bit quicker later on.
I think so. It's a very simple course. Look, all you do is from the stadium under the bridge. Yes, it's climbing up to the bridge, huge climb up to this point where the camera is. Then, to be honest, it's very simple over the next 800 meters before the final climb into the range. So the slower skis won't be losing as much time on this course than normal.
Yeah, it's only a 10-kilometer race, 5 laps, 2Ks each. That doesn't take too much working out. And so this is like interval sessions that a lot of teams do. Okay, they may cut it down to 1K, but it's a short ski, fast shoot, short ski, fast shoot. And it's very, very dynamic. So she's still got the lead. Let's have an analysis of her technique. We haven't seen too much of Akimova over the years because she's not been anywhere near the top. Only once in the top 15 in her life before yesterday.
I have to say, I was very impressed with the way she's moving on her skis. There's a slight tension and panic in her body. Well, who wouldn't be panicked when, when these names are chasing you down?
So Lara Dama hasn't taken long to catch those who started, well, I thought she was caught up with 2 and 3, but actually it's 6 and 7. So Dorothy Vera's staying with her. There's Makarainen. She doesn't look quite as comfortable as she usually does on the skis. Olsbu fading a little, number 9. Number 11 coming through is Marie Durana-Bear. That's to be expected. And there is Gabi Kukalova. So from 37 seconds behind, Kukalova closing the margin significantly on this first lap. It could be a good decision, it could be a bad one. We'll find out on the first shoot. Just a reminder, I know many of you have watched this many times, but the pursuit, 2 shoots in the prone, 2 in the stand, and they get tougher as the day goes on.
This is good skiing from Akimova. She's keeping control, she's not losing her head or certainly her technique. But look at the chasing pack, or the chasing individual, slowly to pack up, I'm sure.
The top 3 remain the same, and the margins increasing slightly. Akimova just pulling away a little bit, or Akimova, we should say. So the leading 14 through. Slightly surprised that Kukalova's dropped from 13 down to 14, Mike.
Makarainen as well. She's lost some 6 seconds to the lead.
I think she's showing her experience. I think a lot of these skiers getting a little excited. I know you say it's a simple course, but you've still got to go around it 5 times. You've still got that big climb out of the stadium, nowhere near as big as the men's, but it's still a pretty solid climb. There's a lot of time to be gained there on lap number 4 and 5.
Oh, there is. It's never to be underestimated. It is still a very tough course, but I do think it's one where the less speedy skiers can stay closer to the faster ones. It's not very technical, not that much climb. And look at this on the range. It's the wind sort of flickering from the left, nothing major.
Yeah, they've got the tougher of the conditions, the women. It was almost ideal for the men's race earlier on. We saw 1 or 2 changes in the lead in that race. Anton Shapulin did his share of leading, but ultimately defeated by the world number 1. Akimova now settling for the first shoot. Chevalier in no rush at all. Susan Dunkley just needs to stay calm. We've seen an improvement in Dunkley's shooting in terms of the time trial races, the sprint and the individual. Can she cope with the pressure of head-to-head racing? Yes, she can. Great shooting from Dunkley, and she's got an advantage over Chevalier and Akimova. That is just what the American wanted. Dalmar in fourth place at the moment. Dorothy Vera shooting well. Right to left, she clears 5. Dalmar left to right, she clears 5 as well. And a slight delay from Justine Brézard. Long break of the rhythm from Brézard. She missed target number 4. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Well, Akimova, she's got stats of 96%. She's barely missed any prone targets this season. She missed 1 out of 5. There she is.
Well, look at that. The top 3 now. Dunkley, Vera, Dalmar. Vera started 7, has gone into 2nd. Dalmar started 4, is on to the podium and looking dangerous. And Franziska Preutz of Germany from 10th up to 6th. She's now just 27 seconds behind. Actually, she started 31, so she's lost a little bit of time, but gained a lot of positions. Akimova and Chevalier, 2 expensive misses. So the leaders already out after the first shoot, 6:10 on the clock, so that's 2 kilometers plus the shoot. And Susan Dunkley, who led for so long in the sprint yesterday, finds herself out in front again. This is such a test of her psyche. How is she going to cope with the pressure? So many people actually, Mike, wanting an American victory. It's long overdue.
I think it certainly is. It would be lovely to see that. I hope Susan just keeps herself calm out there. Huge pressure now. What about Kukalova, the girl with all the expectations on her shoulders? She's missed 2 out of 5 in the prone. She barely ever misses in the prone.
And that is why the crowd has gone quiet. They've now got to hope that Puskachikova can do something. She's missed 1 as well, though.
Vikova's missed 1.
The pressure is on. The home pressure, we used to see it from the German team time and time again in Ruhpolding and Oberhof. Not so much anymore. They've finally got used to it. So there's your leaderboard. Dunkley, Vera, Dalmar. Dalmar so dangerous. We need Vera to have a cracking race as well. She just faded a little in Pachuca. Didn't look to be herself at all. Marie-Joanna Best started 11. She's still 11. In terms of time, she's 48.9 behind. And half of that is due to the fact that she missed a target.
Well, good to have a look out on the track. There are a couple of little spin arounds and then another little climb up before heading back down into the stadium.
Dunkley looking very strong. Does she do a lot of cycling? She's very powerful quads.
I think she does, and a lot of hiking. She does like getting out into the great wilderness. Gardening as well. That's her relaxation, is getting into the garden. I just hope she can keep it together. She's looking relaxed. She's realizing full well that there's a chase on behind her, but she'll try and stick to her plans.
Well, I wonder what's going through Dorothy Vera's head at the moment. She's yeah, a good race before Christmas, I think, will boost her. She was 21st and 19th in the sprint and the pursuit in Pachuca, which is way below her standard. She finds herself down in 9th in the World Cup standings, and she started the season thinking that she could be one of the ones lifting the Crystal Globe come the end of the year. If she's going to do that, she's got to start getting consistent podium finishes. Now, this looks like a charge coming in from Kukalova. She's back to 49.2. She's got to hit every target from now if she's going to get anywhere near the top 3, Mike. If she does, the crowd are going to come to life.
Very much, but I must say that Kukalova's punishing herself on the track for making those 2 mistakes, skiing the fastest.
So welcome to Novi Mesto. If you've just joined us, the women's pursuit race well underway now. The first shoot completed, and it won't be long before Susan Dunkley comes in for shoot number 2. 500 meters to go before the range. You can see the margin between first and second. Dalmar's taken over the chase ahead of Dorothy Vera, and Akimova of Russia, who started the race first. She was down in 5th after the first shoot, 24.7 behind. and I think she's still lying in 5th, just trying to pick out a suit. Actually, she might have dropped down a 6th, because coming through very strong indeed is Cecilia Emonier. What are the French been up to? They're all skiing well.
They're skiing great, and of course yesterday 4 of the best French in the top 12. They really are making it happen on the shooting range and on the skis.
Lots of the coaches trying to give shooting information here, Mike. It's a perfect spot, isn't it? It's not too long before the range, so they're not going to forget what they've been told.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's a good place. The trouble is you can't hear, so they're having to show it there. You can see it on the disc, the fall of the shots. Kukalova, did she actually look at that? Because she needs to, because she missed 2 out of 5.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to pick it up, but she certainly didn't make a positive glance over towards the piece of paper. Maybe she picked it up early. As we have a look at the stands, best crowd of the season so far, and it will get even better tomorrow. 120,000 people booked in to come for this weekend of biathlon. We want to come here more often, not every other year. We need to be here every year.
Oh, love it, absolutely love it. They love it here, and they really understand their biathlon.
I don't think it matters whether they do or don't. They've come for a good time, and the atmosphere created is tremendous. It's even better in the town in the evening. Now, massive moment for Susan Dunkley. A little bit of a Cold War situation here. Russia versus USA, although Akimova has dropped down the order a little. 1, 2, 3 clicks anti-clockwise on the horizontal. Has she gone the right way? Hopefully we'll get a close-up. No. Oh, that is shaky.
That's a real pity. The door open now as usual for Dahlmeier. Vera will shoot fast, we know that.
4 out of 5. It might be good enough. Vera's missed. Dahlmeier has yet to miss. Is she going in front? It's all about Foucault in the men's. It's all been about Dahlmeier in the women's. And she retakes the lead early doors. 2 shoots completed now. And Dahlmeier, who started 17 seconds off the lead, is back in front and hunting yet another win. Chevalier's not given up the chase. 5 out of 5. Preutz, Akimova both clear. Dorana Bear, good to see her hit 5 out of 5.
Kukalova, you can hear the spectators, the crowd are behind Kukalova. Will it put her off again? So far, so good.
Needs this one, stay focused.
Yes.
Down it goes. Down it goes. Still there's a chance of a podium. Needs to be within, what, 45 seconds? Certainly at the halfway stage. We've got 4 kilometers completed, 10 to ski in all, so another 6,000 meters to go. And the current ski form from Kukalova would suggest that if she's going to win it, she's got to be level with the leaders coming out of the 4th shoot.
I think you're right. She put in such a strong second lap after those 2 targets missed. She really did set the fastest time there. Race is wide open, Patrick. Vera only 18 seconds behind. Dorana Bear from 11th to 7th, only 21 seconds behind.
Yeah, and Hildebrand 15th to 8th at the moment, but perhaps the most impressive gain, Franziska Preutz of Germany. 2 clear shoots. She's gone from 10th up into 3rd, so it's Dahlmeier, Chevalier, Preutz, Dunkley, Akimova, Germany, France, Germany, USA, Russia, and then Dorothy Vera with that miss on the second shoot is back down to 6th, 18.7. I know she's got lots of fans out there. Looking at other nations, Kukalova's up to 10, having started 13, but she dropped off the pace after the first shoot. Tyrrell Eckhoff, the best of the Norwegians, in 12th at the moment, and Ukraine with Vavinets in 14, and then Poland with Honish down in 18. That just about wraps up all the nations represented in the top 20. Oh, we missed Finland. Mäkäräinen sitting 9th, for those of you who are supporting her.
This is the only kind of flat bit under the road, and then you carry your pace further down this descent. A good chance, a good opportunity for recovery on this section.
Looking at Dahlmeier's pursuits this year, she was second in the first one, missing a total of 2 shots. She was first in the second one in Pachuca, missing 2 shots on the second prone. She's only missed 1 out of 20 in the stand position in the pursuit so far this year. So it's looking very, very good for a win. Her margin of lead, 11.6 when she started this loop, and it looks to be similar.
Quite interesting. Preutz is actually, they've both shot the same, Dahlmeier and Preutz, but Preutz, unusually, has taken 3 seconds off Dahlmeier.
Yeah, well, don't forget she's a little fresher. She didn't race in Pachuca, wasn't feeling 100%, so I think that is an indication. And the very first race of the season, she finished 4th in the individual in Östersund, and that was a real booster for her. I think she looks stronger, more mature, and obviously, so far today, she's shown that she can cope with the pressure, but the pressure just intensifies as this race goes on. There's Dunkley, who's had a share of the lead. Akimova behind her, who started the race. They're still in it. And Mäkkäräinen coming up in 9th position, just behind Hildebrand. All to play for. Kukalova's still there.
Well, Kukalova is really pushing hard once again on the track. I think she needs to. She would love to finish on the podium. It's a huge task today when she started in 13th position, 37 seconds behind.
Well, she's up the rate, Mike. She looked comfortable on the first 2 laps. There's no doubt that she's accelerating now, and I'd be surprised if she's not 15-20 seconds clear by the time they come in for the third shoot.
I love the explosiveness and the ease at which Dahlmeier just transfers her weight. Look at the beautiful balance. There's no muscular usage there. She just floats onto each ski, and that's what makes her so fast. She's so efficient.
Yeah, and we were talking about the flick of the foot yesterday, which Dunkley doesn't seem to have. I think Dahlmeier is one of those who's got a very dynamic explosion with the foot. It may only be 0.5%, but 0.5% can often be enough to make the difference between 3rd and 1st.
It buys you glide time, doesn't it? For each transfer of weight, explosive kick, if you like, you carry the glide.
Chevalier sitting in there, well positioned at the moment, and Marie-Durand Bear, she looks dangerous. She's won plenty of pursuits in her time, so she knows exactly how to deal with a situation like this. But at the moment, you get the feeling that they're waiting for Dahlmeier to make a mistake.
Will she ever make? She does have the occasional bad moments, but then she tends to put it right the next time and the next time and the next time.
And Tyrrell Eckhoff's not far off the pace, but it's not been a brilliant start to her season, lying 20th in the World Cup standings. Remember, Tyrrell Eckhoff, the world champion in the sprint discipline, and of course the women getting the gold in the relay as well for Norway out in Oslo. That was one of the races of last season. I'm sure a lot of you enjoyed that one. We've had a few emails. I do apologise. We've not really had time to go through them all because most of them are all about the McLaren report. Quite understand your feelings on that one. It's very difficult for us to be critical of a Russian performance. We've no idea. Are they clean? Are they not? We do know what the history is, but we don't know about the individual, so it's difficult for us to comment. We can only hope, and but that's the case, and that the IBU goes some way to assuring both us and, of course, our viewers that
they need to, Patrick. They really need to. And I'll tell you what, Fourcade will lead a boycott of the event in Russia if he doesn't feel that justice has been done.
So, shoot 3 of 4, Dahlmeier with a lead of 12.2 seconds, not quite as substantial, and that is going to cost her 25. So a real chance now for someone else to get their turn at the front. Do you want to lead into the range for the last time? Not many can cope with it.
There's
2 misses from Dahlmeier.
She has a bad moment. It was right now.
Chevalier, big shot. She's got it. Oh my goodness.
Preutz will do it.
Yeah, great maturity. Dunkley misses one. Durand Bear, Preutz has missed one as well. And Akimova's got a chance of going back into the top 3. She will do exactly that.
She might take the lead.
Listen to the cheers. One more target for Kukalova to get herself into the top 5. Oh, she's thrown it wide. That could well be the one that cost her, but she's only going to be some 40 seconds off the race leaders. Mäkkäräinen now looking dangerous for Finland.
And Hildebrand, she's got to be the best mover. Hildebrand started 15th. She's going to be in the top 5 now.
Chevalier, Akimova, Vera, Preutz, Dunkley, Durand Bear, Mäkkäräinen, only 26 seconds separating the top 7, only 29 separating the top 8, as you can see. Vitkova, now that's a big boost for the locals. She's come through, and they still have Kukalova, I was going to say on the penalty loop, you can see her there just exiting. Away she goes, and she's just behind Laura Dahlmeier, who will not win this one. Surely, Mike, she came back from nowhere in Pachuca, but surely that's too much to ask for.
Do you know what? I don't want to predict crazy things, but I think Dahlmeier still has a chance of winning because Chevalier leading Akimova, Dorothy Vera, Preutz, Dunkley. I think Dahlmeier will be still believing that she has a chance to take this one, or at least make the podium.
If Akimova or Chevalier shoot clear, is victory in the bag?
Yes.
They're 20 seconds clear of Dorothy Vera, or Chevalier is anyway. Let's have a look and see where those misses were.
Well, that was a centimetre at 2 o'clock, the first of Dahlmeier's misses.
And this is a miss, I think. Oh, way left.
Just not settled, she's not steady. That normal rock steadiness was not there.
A bit of a yo-yo performance from Dahlmeier so far. Look how much those two misses have cost her. Down to 9th position. We've been saying all the way through the season that this could be the best Women's World Cup season we've ever had. There are so many in there who are now skiing at the same sort of speed and therefore have a chance of winning. Chevalier, 23 years old, comes from Villard-de-Lans, which has produced many of the top French champions. Luck of where you're born, Mike, so crucial.
It is, and that is the heartbeat, the main heartbeat of French biathlon. And Martin Fourcade is down there, Dorana Baer is there. And she said she doesn't get a look in with the autograph hunters because they're not interested in her. They only want Martin Fourcade.
Okay, so of the two leaders who are only, well, they're less than 10 seconds apart at the moment, Chevalier has never won. She's been on the podium, but she's never won. Akimova got a victory yesterday. Will she start to say 2 in 2 days?
There's got to be positivity, and with all the negativity around at the moment, with 31 suspected Russian biathletes, maybe she's trying to make a point, keeping herself focused and just trying to stick to her task here.
So through goes Dorothy Vera in 3rd from, well, she was just looking at her fit, she was 20 seconds, so she's only gained 2 in the last 0.9 of a kilometre. Dorana Baer, 21 now, she was 26, so she's making ground. And Mäkäräinen was 26.9, so she's gaining a bit of ground as well. And Dahlmeier now at 40, having come out of the range at 41, so it's going to have to be on the shooting if Dahlmeier's going to win this one. Kukalova looks to be running out of puff, still over 40 seconds behind. Vitkova shooting well, but has only made it from 16th up into 11th.
It's still, for me, it's still quite wide open with Dorothy Vera at 18 seconds behind. You look just 10 seconds from 3rd position. You've got 8th position Hildebrand. Then another 10 seconds, you've got Kukalova and Vitkova. Have to say, Akimova,
she's looking
very good. This is good skiing, good movement on her skis.
Really dynamic. What you can see, even at this stage of the race, Mike, a lot of them are getting tired and the power is coming out of the upper body, not the lower body. Akimova, to me, looks to have the combination right. There's a lot of drive coming out of every stride. Here she is, working her way up to the top of the final hill before they break to their left and come down into the range for the final time.
She's pulled 1 second, only 1 second back off Chevalier.
Amazing. There's Mäkäräinen. If she shoots 5 out of 5, we could see some fireworks from her. And number 10, Franziska Preutz, who was making ground consistently.
No, she's
3 shoots gone. We've only got 1, 2 athletes, 3, 4, 5, 6 who've gone clear, but a lot of them started later on. Of those up the front, Hildebrand 15 to 8 with 15 shots out of 15, and Vavinets of Ukraine has shot 15, and she's only gone from 19th to 14th. Birkeland dropped from 9th to 28th. Breza, who started 6th, has gone down to 22, struggling with the shooting, really. It's all fallen apart. 5 misses from Breza, so maybe that's the end. I can tell you that Miriam Gustin has gone from 59 to 31. I think she's the biggest gainer of the lot.
I was just about to say that, and she's only missed 1 out of 15. It's her best shooting day of her season so far.
Well, this is the most important shooting day of Anaïs Chevalier's biathlon career. She has never won a World Cup.
She's coming in quite fast, hasn't backed off much in terms of her pace.
10, 11 seconds to play with. She's only missed one so far out of 15. These 5 could secure the victory. That did not take long. She's seen Fourcade do it, and she's repeated it. I suspect that many of them will have been in the prime target.
Star has landed.
What a fabulous shoot. Now, Vera's got to go clear and quick. Durana Bear likewise. Makarainen, Akimova didn't look as though she could catch Chevalier. The win's not over yet. Now, Vera's going to have what? 12, 13 seconds to chase down. Preutz, Makarainen, Durana Bear have all missed. Akimova clears yet again. Incredible shooting.
5 out of 5 fast for the American.
So it could be another podium for her. What a race we're going to have to the line. 17.4, Mike. Remember, it's only 2,000 meters. So what's she got? She's got 8.5 seconds for each kilometer. Surely she can hang on.
Oh, surely, without a doubt. Dahlmeier, bad day in the range, another shot missed, and her teammate Hildebrand, 15 out of 15, missed one on the last 5.
I think that's good for the Tour. I think it's great for the German team. It's nice for someone else to be the best of the Germans. Just checking that there is a German ahead of here. Of course, we've got Franziska Preutz, 10th to 5th. Durana Bear, 11th to 6th, but only a second behind Preutz at the moment. I think the best she can hope for is top 5.
Hey, there's going to be a great challenge on the track. Dunkley is only 5 seconds behind Akimova for the bronze medal position.
And Vera, 17 off the lead. So Vera is almost certainly going to get her best run of the season. She's had a 3rd position. That came in the first pursuit in Östersund, where she went from 19th to 3rd, hitting 20 out of 20. Is anyone clear? No one's gone clear so far. The best shooting score, Chevalier, Akimova and Hildebrand, all with 19 hits out of the 20.
4 men shot the perfect 20 out of 20 earlier today.
Slightly windier conditions and a much tighter race. That could have something to do with it.
A little. Vitosi's hit 20 out of 20.
Here we go. Have a look at the fall of shot.
It's just a little loose, isn't it? Oh, that was a little loose.
I'd be happy with that.
I thought that was Dahlmeier. But,
I'd be very happy with that.
Her timing is exceptional.
She needs to stay on her feet. That would throw away 15 seconds, and she cannot afford that. 17 seconds the margin at the start of this last lap for Anaïs Chevalier. Villard-de-Lans will be sitting on the edge of their seats at the moment as they watch this one, willing her on. So many of these biathletes have a long career before they even get to the World Cup, Mike, and they're all well known in their local villages, hour after hour on the local tracks, and everyone sort of learns to love them and want them to do well, and it doesn't just happen overnight. Very few champions are made as soon as they join the Tour.
It's not overnight at all, and Anaïs has been with biathlon from the age of 8, and in Villard-de-Lans a lot of shooting throughout her early teenage years with air rifles, developing to the 2.2s. Hey, Dorothy Vera was 17, she's now 10 seconds behind.
Well, it's a good ski, but she's not got a lot of uphill climbing to go. Dunkley is closing in on Akimova as well. Just 4 seconds between them. When they came out of the range, there were only 5, so she's not closed it much. Oh. She's going to have to find something from somewhere, but still Akimova looks more dynamic. Dunkley's trying, but it's just that little bit wooden.
She's poisoned. I mean, her lactic levels must be sky high, and she's really suffering. But she'll still keep on fighting. Well, this is further back, of course. It's Durana Bear.
Durana Bear seems to have lost the connection between the upper body and the lower body. She's sort of snaking her way around the tracks a little. Not when she's skiing slowly, but only when she's at this state of exhaustion.
I think she's desperately tired. These last 3 weeks have been so punishing. Kukalova's coming back strong.
This is the last climb for Anaïs Chevalier. If she gets to the top and she's got 15 meters clear, she should be okay. Just into the range, into the stadium, and down that home straight. We can see, but that picture certainly foreshortening the distance between first and second. It's going to be victory for Chevalier, and it's a hard-earned win. This is one of the toughest formats to win, the pursuit. She did start second, so she had a little advantage over Vera at the start. Great to see Dorothy Vera. That's going to be her PB for the season, but still she's got to get a win. Akimova, second podium in succession. Dunkley this time is going to be squeezed out unless something dramatic happens in the last 500 metres. I don't think it's going to, Mike.
It's not. Time running out. It's just the gentle downhill section, although there is a sharp right-hander. At this stage, your legs are fried.
Well, what a glorious, all the pain will have gone from Anaïs Chevalier. She can soak the atmosphere up. The biggest crowd of the season so far, and she is coming home in first place. What a moment. The headlines are going to be shared with Martin Fourcade, whose success just goes on and on. But this is the one that will excite the French fans, because this is a new star, a first-time winner.
Chevalier will never, ever forget that moment crossing the line, taking her first victory and then sorting out, showing the rest of the field that she's the best.
18 out of 20 hits for Dorothy Vera, and that's good enough to give her second place. Akimova started first, finishes third, 19.4. It's still not a bad effort at all. She's had to work hard for that. And Susan Dunkley, what a great season the Americans having. But we just want her to get a win. Maybe tomorrow, the mass start. Can she recover in time for that? But from what I've seen, Mike, Dunkley needs to leave the range with a 10-second advantage.
I think you're right. She missed 2 today, so that's not impossible tomorrow.
Tirana Bear, it's better, but 3 misses costing her. Preutz started 10, looked as though she was going to threaten the podium finishes. And Laura Dalmar, what happened in the standing shoot? So consistent, but not today. 2 misses on the first stand. Kukalova photo finish with Tyrrell Eckhoff. Tyrrell Eckhoff has had a good run. Started 14. She's got herself up into 8th or 9th.
A very strong skiing from Eckhoff. She missed 4 in total. Here's Vitkova.
Looks as though the Czechs are going to have to wait until Sunday to get a taste of the podium. If it turns out that way, maybe Kukalova will have relaxed a little. I don't have any doubt, as you said at the beginning, the home pressure has proved a little bit too much.
It seems that way. I mean, Kukalova, she's skiing fast. In the end, she died off a little. I think we kind of touched on that after a very strong second lap, after she missed 2 targets. So it was an up and down race for Kukalova. Zima, the best mover, from 34th to 13th. She's great in a pursuit competition. And Vitozzi, actually, 38 to 14th.
Well, for everyone that goes up, some go down. Makarainen actually dropping from 5th down to 11th with 3 misses in total, so her challenge never materialised. Brezard likewise, 6th, all the way down to 22, but she missed a total of 6 targets, so I'm just hoping that that doesn't destroy all the confidence that she's developed over the last 3 weeks, because Brezard looks every bit as talented as Chevalier.
I think when the fatigue starts coming in, you lose a little bit of feeling on the rifle. You feel more panicked, and let's be honest, Brezard has been skiing so fast in Östersund and last weekend, she's beginning to struggle. She's only 19, she's only 20, sorry.
Yeah, and at that age, to hold your form for a whole season is impossible. To hold it for one of the 3 stages of the season is difficult as well. But today, still belonging to the French. Fourcade this morning, Chevalier this evening. A brilliant win, her first, 30:38 the winning time. Emotion pouring out of Anaïs Chevalier, and you can feel it for her, Mike. What a feeling it must be after so much work, as you say, starting at the age of 8 and now at 23, finally getting her first World Cup win. She's been on the podium only once before. I think I think that was that here as well.
Well, in the past, of course, yesterday she was 2nd. But prior to that, I think it was an 8th position she had.
Well, all these athletes finishing 3:40 behind, but you have to remember that most of them started over a minute and a half off Akimova at the start of the race, so already disadvantaged after their performance yesterday. Here's Miriam Gusner on the left of your screen. How many targets missed? She was going really well up until the fourth shoot, having hit 14 out of 15.
And then what happened? She missed 5.
5 missed on the last shoot.
5 on the last shoot. Oh, that's rough.
That is tough. Aita Gasparin down in 52. Selena, did we see
She was
Selena?
going so well early on, Selena, but then a total of 4, her stand shooting let her down. Oh, that's such a good moment. And all these hours, all these years, and wanting so much a victory, and then when it happens, you can just feel the release from Chevalier.
She looked fantastic. Beautifully poised on the ski. I still can't quite believe that standing shoot was so controlled. It looked so calm. And there it is. She's got her own L graphic, as we call it. She's got her first World Cup win. Second time on the podium from 50 starts. So that's, what, 2%? That's not bad for a win rate.
It's good. And she was part of, remember back in Oslo, the World Champ, she was part of the French relay team there, which took silver medal in the relay. Great effort. I mean, that's holding your nerve for those 5 last shots. She just didn't flinch. She didn't question herself. And she probably didn't even think. She just lived in that moment with all the habit that she has created in her shooting.
Well, the French really have taken the season by the scruff of the neck. They've had 6 wins on the men's tour already, all coming from Martin Fourcade. They've had Marie Duranabert, who won the sprint in Östersund, and now they've got Anaïs Chevalier, who wins the pursuit here in Nove Mesto. I guess the next question is, who's going to win tomorrow? Because that is going to be a cracking race with the top 10 all starting side by side.
Do you think there'll be a little pact, say, the men and the women's race saying, OK, let's not kill ourselves on the first lap? I think it'll be quite slow,
It does tend to be. It's a bit like the relays. The first lap tends to be slow, but then when someone shoots clear and gains a little bit of an advantage, you see them accelerate. So I don't think they're going to get more than, what, 2.5 kilometres of easy skiing in tomorrow's race. The mass starts, incidentally, slightly longer than the pursuits. The women go over 12.5, the men over 15, and that's a really tough race at the end of a long period. It's
a big day. I mean, that really, especially on the 3 weeks of racing we've had, that really is the test of the endurance athletes and those with the strongest mindset. Yeah, I think we could see some shaky legs come the end of that mass start. They're going to need their Christmas break, but they don't get too long off. A couple of weeks to recover. Third place to Akimova, yesterday's winner. And she was Rookie of the Year last year, Akimova, so she has shown a lot of flair and good performances last season for a young biathlete. Yeah, Babikov, the men's Rookie of the Year last year, and he's already got a win, so both rookies from last year getting victories this season. She's getting closer. Last year, she didn't surprise us, but confirmed what she could do. This year, she's one of the big guns, Dorothy Vera. She certainly is, and hasn't had it all her own way. She does like the pursuit competitions. Remember Östersund, she laughed with her coach and said, hey, tomorrow I'm going to get on the podium, and she had bib number 19. She was only joking, but she did achieve it. Third place. And how about this? At the age of 23, Anaïs Chevalier, who had a tremendous sprint yesterday, backed it up with an even better performance today. 19 hits out of 20, but crucially, the last 5 all went down. Beautifully rhythmical. It was a masterclass of biathlon from Anaïs Chevalier, and she takes her first win here in Nove Mesto.
Federation.
If you got the overall World Cup standing.